Hey Mama, welcome to the podcast. My name is Jocelyn and I am here to share what I'm learning in motherhood and pregnancy to hopefully help you in the journey. It turned out to be so much harder than I thought it was going to be, and I have learned things along the way that have significantly helped me, and that's what I share on this podcast. Right now I've been doing a little series on emotional resilience, and through a book that my church has put out. There's a free download for that in the show notes. And we are finishing that up today. It has been a really good course, and throughout this course I'm able to share things that I have learned, that I've implemented, that have really helped me to find more emotional resilience, especially when it comes to motherhood. That's what these Tuesday episodes are. They are mostly focused on motherhood, and then Friday I focus more on pregnancy, if that is your season. So tell your fellow mom friends about it. Check out my website, positivityinpregnancy.com, and let's jump into today's episode. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, fellow mom of 5 and host of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find the positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life. And I can help you. Let's find positivity during our pregnancies and in our motherhood together. Thanks for joining. So there are a couple of sections left in the book, but I think we're going to kind of group them together into one episode today. So the next one is providing strength to others. So maybe you have found a spot of emotional resilience. Now you can share what you have learned. Maybe you've learned some tools from this series I've done, or from this podcast, or from books you've read. Share it with others as the Spirit prompts you to do so. And then the section after that is moving forward with faith. And that's more the section I want to focus on. We may get into honoring the agency of others a little bit, but I want to talk about moving forward with faith. And in this section, there's a part that talks about setbacks. And I want to read a quote. It says, "Setbacks are a normal part of life and an expected part of any efforts to change. Your setbacks can teach you ways to continue your progression. When you face setbacks, it's helpful to focus on improvement and not perfection." Elder Kim B. Clark taught, "None of us are perfect. Sometimes we get stuck. We get distracted or discouraged. We stumble. But if we look to Jesus with a repentant heart, He will lift us up. He will cleanse us from sin, forgive us, and heal our hearts. He is patient and kind. His redeeming love never ends and never fails. The scriptures teach, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all." By turning to the Savior when you experience setbacks, you can develop a perspective of progress rather than perfection. One way to deal with setbacks is to compare them to taking a trip. For example, imagine you are traveling to a neighboring town. On your way, you experience a flat tire. Did you start the trip from the beginning to fix a tire? No, you find a way to fix it where you are and continue the journey. Similarly, when you experience a setback, you may feel all your progress is erased and you have to start over. But that is not true. You can find ways to fix the problem where you are and move forward. Additionally, setbacks can even show you places where you may need to improve. And I really liked that analogy. On this journey, in fact, specifically when I talk about weight loss, but on this journey of life, as we move forward, we experience challenges or hardships or things that really try us. And I like the tire example because we don't just abandon everything. we fix it and move forward. And that's what we're trying to do with emotional resilience, with mental health, and with trying to move forward from these setbacks, is to find the tools that work and be able to keep progressing. As in the analogy with the flat tire, not all tools work to get a tire off. Not all mental tools or emotional tools are going to help you in the way you desire, but keep trying the tools until you find the right one. And then when you find the right one, that can help you move forward. And there may be multiple tools. Sometimes you need multiple tools to change the tire. Sometimes we need multiple mindset exercises, affirmations, meditation, exercising, eating healthy, putting down our phone. Sometimes we need multiple tools to help us move forward. I know that I need multiple tools. I need to stay away from social media. I need to move my body. I need to eat more healthy and eat less sugar and processed foods. And then I need to also work on my mind. It sounds like a lot, but as you practice, say one thing at a time, you can improve and get better at that one thing and then progress to the others. Those setbacks can, like the quote said, help us, teach us, help us to learn. Pregnancy was a big setback to me, and now from what I've learned, I have felt prompted to share what I've learned to help other mamas through. Here's a quote from the book. In mortality, we must learn to live with challenges and afflictions. We may strongly desire to be free from emotional challenges and strive for perfection. But even with our best efforts, symptoms of emotional challenges remain. But we don't have to give up. We must learn to live with these challenges as we move forward with faith. Doing so will help us to feel more peace and be more resilient. Elder Dieter F. Uchtdorf taught, there is an important concept here. Patience is not passive resignation, nor is it failing to act because of our fears. Patient means active waiting and enduring. It means staying with something and doing all we can, working, hoping, and exercising faith, bearing hardship with fortitude, even when the desires of our hearts are delayed. Patience is not simply enduring, it is enduring well. And that's something that I've learned with mindset stuff. It's not instant. We live in a day of instant gratification where we just want it fixed now. We can get most things that we want and desire now, but mental and emotional health does not come now. It takes time and it takes practice. And often the changes are so subtle that you don't even realize that you're moving, that you've begun to fix the tire and move on the road until you look back and you're like, oh yeah, I really have come a long way from what I was. So you do need to have some patience when it comes to these types of, this type of work, because it does take time. And I think that as you realize it takes time, it can help you to be encouraged that your efforts aren't worthless. They are working towards something. I want to read another quote. It says, throughout this course, you have learned skills to help you make changes in your life. You have set, worked on, and reported goals to practice these skills. M. Russell Ballard taught, set short-term goals that you can reach. Set goals that are well-balanced. Not too many or too few, not too high or too low. Write down your attainable goals and work on them according to their importance. Pray for divine guidance in your goal setting. President Heber J. Grant often said, that which we persist in doing becomes easier for us to do. Not that the nature of the thing itself has changed, but our power to do it has increased. And this is true. I have been practicing these types of things for years. I would say at least 8 years is when I really got introduced to thought work and have tried to really shift. And it does take time, but to what that quote says, I can attest to. It's not that the nature of the thing itself has changed, but that our power to do so has increased. I handle so many things in motherhood and even pregnancy a lot better than I used to. And that is because intentionally trying to get better, intentionally doing little things like gratitude or staying off of social media, drinking water. All those little things add up to emotional resilience. And that's what I want for you. I want for you to have a happy and enjoyable life and a happy motherhood. And I know that doing these things makes a difference. So even when you experience those setbacks, keep moving, mama. Keep trying the things that I mentioned over and over in this podcast, because they can help you improve. I am cheering for you. I know your family is cheering for you. I know your Father in heaven is cheering for you. And I think deep inside, maybe not even deep, maybe surface level, you are cheering for yourself to succeed, because you want to find more positivity in motherhood and in your pregnancy. If weight loss is a season that you are in and you desire more mental help with that, because let's be real, eating healthy is as much as a mental game as it is like physically eating healthy. Like, it becomes easier to eat healthy when your mind is okay with eating healthy. I have a class that I taught that is on my website where I talk about all the mindset tools I have used to help me lose all my baby weight. I also have a class about negative emotion if you feel like you do experience a lot of negative emotion, and ways to cope with that and get rid of it. Like I said, though, these aren't instant gratification fix. They are trial, like, keep trying. You're going to mess up, but you keep trying, you keep implementing, and then your power to do so gets stronger. Anyways, check that out at positivityinpregnancy.com. If you want to share with me any of your podcasts, I love emails. Podcasting is very one-sided, so I really like to hear from you. My email is positivityinpregnancy@gmail.com, and shoot me an email. Anyways, we will chat again next week. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts and becoming the mother that you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. Thanks for joining. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward in your motherhood. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.